Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, this is the second in our Select Tech series, where I talk about the apps of software, hardware, and services that I use to get done what I need to get done every day. This time around, we're going to talk about Voice Dream Reader and Overcast. I don't know about you, but every day it seems like I'm hit with an ocean of information that I need to get through. And that ocean usually hits about high tide around 10 a.m. every morning when the podcasts start to roll in. And I always have a very, very healthy appetite for podcasts, both business and tech, and one or two that are just plain entertainment. But there are also the audiobooks, there are the articles, the websites, all those items that you need to get through for whatever work you do. And it seems like it's probably that way in every industry, that every day there's a lot you need to get through. So I want to talk about how I do some of that a little more efficiently than just trying to dive in and plow through it. The first app I want to focus on is my current podcast app of choice, Overcast. While far from sporting the best interface for keeping track of podcasts, there are 4 key features that make this an app that I use every single day, weekdays and weekends. The first is the ability to play podcasts at speeds up to 3x. Depending on who's talking, it can be easy to crank up the speed and cut down on the time it takes to get through the content. I know, you're saying that you can't listen that fast. Well, you can. Just like anything else, you need to train yourself and you need to practice a bit. Overcast makes that easy by offering a number of different settings at the low end, increments of 20% between 1x and 2x. After that, your options are either 2.5x or 3x. So start out easy. Take it to 1.2x and see how it goes. Get used to it, and you'll find that you can crank it up a little, then a little more, then a little more. Again, depending on what the content is. I can comfortably do up to 2 to 2.5x, and I'm occasionally trying 3x, although that's pretty difficult. Now, why would you go to all this trouble? Think about it. If you can get to 2x, we'll keep the math simple. If you can get to 2x, a 30-minute podcast turns into a 15-minute podcast. An hour podcast turns into 30 minutes. So at the end of the day, that means you can either get through more content or use the time for something else for yourself. The second Overcast feature adds another wrinkle. Turning on Smart Speed cuts down on the silences and pauses that we all use in our speech, but really don't necessarily miss when listening. Even if you aren't in the upper ranges of that speed setting, using Smart Speed can help you achieve an effective rate that is faster than what you're currently using. And again, faster listening means getting through more content and having more time to do other things. Finally, there's Voice Boost. Developer Marco Arment explains Voice Boost as, quote, a combination of dynamic compression and equalization that can make many shows more listenable and normalize volume across all shows. This makes amateur-produced podcasts, including many of my favorites, more listenable in loud environments, like cars, where you'd otherwise need to crank the volume so loudly to hear the quiet parts that you'd blow your ears out when the loudest person spoke, unquote. While Voice Boost doesn't make things any faster, it definitely improves the quality, which in turn makes you want to experiment with higher speeds. Of course, listening at those increased speeds isn't really going to help you out if it sounds like a chipmunk to you and you're really not comprehending what you're listening to. So experiment a little bit, start out slow, and ramp it up a little bit to something that's comfortable for you and that is comfortable for the content that you're listening to. That's 3 Overcast features. And the fourth one benefits from the first 3. The ability to upload audio files of your own and have all 3 of those features at your command. That means audiobooks you own, recordings of lectures or business meetings, training sessions, the list goes on and on. So back to our example. An audiobook that is an intimidating 10 hours long becomes a much more manageable 5 hours. And you will be surprised at how easily you can listen to something you need to or that you just want to enjoy while you're doing other things that don't require much attention. Lawn work, laundry, and the like. An Overcast Premium subscription gives you 10 gigs of upload space for your own audio. And believe me, 10 gigs is a whole lot of audio. That subscription will cost you $9.99 per year. That's right, a year, not a month, but a year. which is a bargain for those features and for removing the banner ads. Or just get started with Overcast and its features for free right now in the App Store. One last note that applies to audiobooks, but not Overcast. Pretty much every audiobook app out there, including Audible and Chirp, has some of these same speed options. They may not be as effective as Overcast, but they are there and will help you listen just a little faster and a little easier. That's all fine for all the audio content we're talking about. But how about all those memos from the office, emails, articles from the web, and all of those things that you still have to get through every single day? That's where VoiceStream Reader comes in. VoiceStream Reader is a 2021 Apple Design Award-winning app that is text-to-speech. And that's what it does. It converts text, any text you feed it, into speech that you can listen to and enjoy with a variety of options. VoiceStream Reader supports over 30 languages with over 200 voices. 61 of those voices are free in iOS, and others are available through in-app purchase. And these are some really great voices too. You're bound to find something you like. To be clear, this is a text-to-speech app, so it isn't going to perform your audio content the way a human would. And occasionally there will be some mispronunciations of a word. Is it live or is it live? That's not a failure of VoiceStream, but it's a failure of the English language. In any event, you will quickly get used to those little differences, and it won't detract from the content. VoiceStream Reader can load in content from Dropbox, iCloud, Google Drive, Pocket, Instapaper, Evernote, and a whole host of other services. It also supports a number of file formats, including PDF, DRM-free EPUB, plain text, web pages, Microsoft Word, and Microsoft PowerPoint, to name a few. As you might expect with my obsession for getting more out of my time, you can control the speed, pitch, and pause duration of the reading. VoiceStream measures its speed in words per minute, up to 670. I'm usually comfortable around 350 to 400 words per minute, depending on the voice I'm using and the content. Again, using this app won't help you if you can't comprehend what you're reading or listening to, so scale accordingly. VoiceStream has so much more to offer. It supports different speed reading methods, as well as text options for reading on your device. Font, font size, font colors, and more can be adjusted to your liking, which is especially useful if you use the synchronized highlighting. The text of your document is displayed on screen, and each word is highlighted as it is read aloud to you. Of course, you don't have to look at the screen, and you don't have to listen to the audio. Either way, using VoiceStream Reader, you will get more done in less time and with more flexibility than just sitting down to read a document. You can hear more about VoiceStream in MacVoices number 2139 and 2140, when I interviewed Winston Chen, the developer of VoiceStream, about the development and features of the app. VoiceStream is available on the App Store for iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch for $24.99 and offers in-app purchases. It is also available on the Mac Store as a free download with in-app purchase options. No matter what format your content is in, whether it's audio or text, these two apps will help you get through it easier, faster, more conveniently, and, in my opinion, it helps improve both retention and comprehension. At least it feels like it has done that for me. I encourage you to check them both out, adopt them as you see fit, and get a little bit more done with your time. That's it for this edition of Select Tech on MacVoices. I'm Chuck Joyner. As always, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.